Good morning and welcome to the October 19th, 2023 Arts and Culture Commission meeting. Roll call, please.
Commissioners Vidor,
Here.
Yank,
Here.
Alexandrian,
Here.
Pogosian,
Here.
and Chairperson Vire is absent, and Commissioner Zadorian, is coming in right now. Okay, so agenda item 2, consent items, minutes of the September 21, 2023 regular Arts and Culture Commission meeting.
Did we have any changes or everyone's okay with it? Comments? Okay, and would anyone like to move that?
I move to approve.
A second?
I wasn't here, I assume I can't vote.
If you watched, Gary Schaefer, Director of Library Arts and Culture. If you watched the meeting, you can vote, but if you didn't watch the meeting, then
I
no.
did not watch the meeting.
Okay,
So you
I
can just
second?
abstain.
I can have a second. I second.
There you go.
Okay, roll call, Commissioners Vidor,
Yes.
Commissioner Yank,
Yes.
Commissioner Zadorian,
Yes.
and Vice Chair Tefankian. Okay, moving on to oral communications. We have one public comment by Wissam Koharian.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
welcome.
morning.
Thank you to all. My name is Wissam Zaku Kaharian. I am working in the art about 40 years, and I have two certificates, one from Iraq and one from United States. And I have 8 exhibitions, personal exhibitions, and several exhibitions in all the world. The work العمل أتكلم بالعربي العمل الذي أقدمه لكم هو يخص البيئة والمناخ.
Hello, Chair, Commissioners. My name is Mahig. I will be translating from Arabic today. Wissam highlights that his work is in regards for the environment and the changes in the climate.
وهذا العمل عملته منذ 2002 مع مجموعة من الأعمال تتراوح بين 24 عمل.
And this is a collective work that a part of my 24 items that I've worked on since 2002.
وبعدين بال 2003 صارت الحرب في العراق.
And in 2003, after the Iraq War,
انتقلت إلى عمان ب 2012
I moved to Amman, Jordan in 2012
وعملت المعرض الذي يخص البيئة.
and started the exhibition that regards the environment.
وهذا الفولدر الذي كان يتضمن مجموعة من الأعمال وليس هذا العمل لأنه هو
And this is a collection of the works that I worked on that does not include the item presented to you today.
this is هذا هو العمل.
As you see, as I was pointing to that art, that is the item that I will be speaking about today.
لأن العمل هو يخص التدمير اللي يحصل بالأرض.
This work highlights the destruction that is happening to the planet.
وبعدين بال 2014 انتقلت إلى أمريكا
In 2014, I moved to the United States
وعملت الملكية الفكرية في واشنطن دي سي.
and I started the intellectual property of this work in Washington, D.C.
للمحافظة على الفكرة مالي حتى لا تنسرق.
to obtain and preserve the rights to the work that I had prepared.
وكما تشاهدون الكرة اللي أقصد بها الأرض
And as you can see, the sphere that is presented, it represents the Earth planet.
والفيجر اللي في القمة وهو يحفر.
And the figure that you see in the middle that's caving away at the Earth.
معنى الفكرة أركزها على الإنسان لأن هو السبب في التغير في البيئة.
The figure represents a human, a person that is the main cause to the damage done to the earth and the environment.
وأريد منكم مساعدتي في عمل هذا العمل كتمثال كبير.
And I would like to ask your assistance to make this artwork into a bigger scale, if possible.
لأن أنا أنتظر منذ أكثر من 20 سنة لتنفيذ هذا المشروع.
And I've been waiting 20 years to start this project.
ولم أستطع طول هذه الفترة إلى الوصول إلى الجهة الداعمة لي.
And I was never able to find any support for this project.
وحجم هذا العمل يتناسب مع الفضاء الذي موجود فيه.
And the size of this work is comparable and works with the space available for it.
وأخيرا الفكرة هو التركيز على الإنسان لأن هذا الموضوع هو يخص الكل.
And finally, this project focuses on the human being because it represents and focuses on how humans have been destroying the climate and the environment in general,
وكيفية الحرص والاهتمام على البيئة من قبل الإنسان.
and the different ways and methods that humans can preserve and take care of the environment.
شكرا لكم جميعا.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So no discussion about this,
We
right?
can't
We
discuss.
Okay. All right, thank you for presenting. All right.
Okay. Moving on to introductions and presentations, library arts and culture events presented by Loretta Lopez, program coordinator. Happy Filipino American History Month. Join us in celebrating the history, traditions, accomplishments, and legacy of Filipinos in America. For more information on programming for Filipino American History Month, please visit the link on the screen. Discover your creativity by attending a makerspace workshop at Glendale Central Library. Upcoming workshops include digitizing your home videos and travel pillow sewing. For more information and to register, please visit the link on the screen. Join us for eclectic live music outside on the Artsock Paseo. The Jewel City Concert Series' last two performances feature Whole Soul and Jake Knox. Concerts take place Saturday evenings at 5 p.m. and run 60 minutes without intermission. Visitors are welcome to bring a chair and enjoy the music on the Paseo. Seats are not provided and admission is free. For more information, please visit the link on the screen. Glendale Library Arts and Culture invites you to join a series of virtual author talks in partnership with the Library Speakers Consortium. On Thursday, October 26th at 4 p.m., join us for an intimate conversation with John Irving as we chat about not only his most recent novel, The Last Chairlift, but also about his prolific body of work and a lifetime spent writing. For more information on these programs, please visit the link on the screen. Applications for the Creative Crosswalks Mural Program are now open. Artists and or artist teams are encouraged to submit proposals for the Artsock Avenue redevelopment project and or the San Fernando Road beautification project. Artists are encouraged to attend a pre-proposal meeting with city staff on Monday, October 30th, 2023 from 11 to 12 p.m. to inquire about the projects and RSVP by Friday, October 27th at 5 p.m. The deadline to apply is Friday, November 17th at 5 p.m. For more information, please visit the link on the screen. Join the City of Glendale and Glendale Library Arts and Culture for the annual Dia de los Muertos festivities. Live performances will be by Natalia and Friends and Miramonte Elementary's Little Kids Rock Band. For more information, please visit the link on the screen. Art Talk Tuesday is a monthly conversation that invites contemporary artists to discuss their work and the issues surrounding it. Painter Haley Barker will be featured on Tuesday, November 7th at 7 p.m. For more information, please visit the link on the screen. Okay, and moving on to agenda item 4B, recognition of outgoing Director of Library Arts and Culture, Dr. Gary Schaefer.
Okay, well.
I guess I could have read the agenda.
Well, I have to say, when I heard about this, I was very surprised. And it's been a pleasure to work with you for the past 5 years. Dr. Schaefer is a visionary. No. Dr. Schaefer is a visionary. See, he moved the ground. Look at that. A true professional, has a creative mind and approach, and has led Glendale Arts and Culture Commission to very exciting new plateaus. In a relatively short time, he has helped enhance arts and culture in Glendale, leaving an indelible mark. I'm going to read just a few of the very important works that Dr. Schaefer was instrumental in getting done. Hiring a principal arts and culture administrator to focus solely on arts and culture programmatic initiatives on behalf of the city, which has been
My greatest accomplishment.
It has been such an amazing part of what we're able to accomplish just because of that. So we were very, very grateful for that. Furthered the mission of the Arts and Culture Commission by engaging Labascom Projects and worked with Commission to curate world-class public art pieces to be commissioned on behalf of the city. And a lot of that is on the way and well on the way. So I hope you come back and see, you know, where it's gone, because a lot of things are in the works. You relaunched the AHA, or the Art Happens Anywhere program, during a pandemic, which featured 17 unique temporary art projects with the purpose of encouraging the expansion of arts and culture activities to benefit the citizens of our community during a very, very difficult time, historically. And you've worked with Arts and Culture Commission and the Aspire Group to develop the city's first ever IDEA plan and equity statement on behalf of Glendale Library Arts and Culture. You worked with Arts and Culture Commission to hire the ACE agency as a public relations firm to amplify marketing efforts to promote Glendale as an arts and culture destination, which I hear the rumblings all around town that we are, you know, a arts destination. So it's, you know, we're doing what we have to be doing. And you worked with the Arts and Culture Commission and the City Attorney's Office to draft the city's first ever mural ordinance, which is intended to create a more transparent and accessible process for artists and property owners who want to install murals. These are just a few of the very many accomplishments over the past few years. And Dr. Schaefer, we wish you all the best in your future ventures, and we hope that you do come back and visit us and see some of the progress of the work that you helped put in motion.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vice Chair Tefankian. It has just been my absolute, privilege and honor to work with all of you to help transform the city into what it can be. When I arrived, Commissioner Vidor often liked to say, our city is very beige, and I hope she doesn't think it's as beige anymore. So it's just been, really exciting to, help be a small part of transforming the city into what it can be. And, a lot of, I have, I believe, a lot of great ideas, but somebody needs someone to make all that happen. And really, Jennifer, it's an anniversary for her of 3 years of full-time employment.
4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been, so I just completed her performance evaluation, as we do in cities and government and other places. And I just was kind of wowed by all of the accomplishments in the last year. The city doesn't have an award for the person able to get the most interns, but it should, because Jennifer has managed to get I think 3 to 4 interns. Well, more than that, but just at a time, she's gotten, I think she's had 3 at a time. And so she's been a great partner to work with, too, as have all of you. And I'm particularly proud of all that we've accomplished. And, and things take time. So there's a lot of works coming, and I absolutely will be back to check those out. And we'll always feel that that's part of all of our legacy in what we've accomplished. So thank you so much. And I will think of you often and fondly.
I think we wanted to take the opportunity to invite commissioners
We allowed
to say some words. So I think Commissioner Vidor, you're first.
Fortunately, I wrote a few things down. So, Gary, I'm very sorry to see you go. Since you've held this position, when I think about the progress that's been made, it makes me regret you won't be here to see certain programs advance even further and come to completion, although it's an infinite process that never comes to completion. But I think we're well on our way to creating what we've referred to, I think this was Commissioner Yank's word, an arts and cultural ecosystem in Glendale, thanks to your efforts. So you'll just have to come back, which I hope you will, and visit. And it is with some sadness that you leave, but I'll be looking forward to seeing what you do in the new community you'll be working in. And maybe we'll say, hey, let's look at so-and-so and copy them. Arts and culture gets bounced around a lot, as we all know, and hand off from one department to another, or usually shoved under the rug entirely. At least that's the way it's been in the past. It's typically last on everybody's list because its importance in life on our planet is not always recognized. The importance and relevance of arts and culture has come to the forefront under your leadership, and people outside of Glendale and inside Glendale have recognized this and expressed this. So I think that's something you can really be proud of, and we're all very proud of it too. I also want to thank you for what you've done with the cultural programs to foster inclusiveness and to highlight and openly celebrate our community's diversity. We have become a leader in this area, and it appears that the department you lead is literally, I think, carrying the ball for IDEA for the city of Glendale. At least that's how it looks from where I sit. So congratulations are in order on everything that has been said and what is about to be said. And we wish you very much success and happiness.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Commissioner Yank?
Yes, Gary, it's been such a pleasure to work with you. I just really have admired and taken as an example your leadership in terms of what civic arts can really do, in a city and for a community, and just seamlessly combining the role of library, the role of arts and culture, and bringing communities as broadly as possible into that process together. I think has been just wonderful to be a part of. I also feel that there has been such a wonderful trust that has arisen between the commission and between the city staff, which I don't know if that's always the case, but I feel like when we bring ideas to the fore, or when there are, really big, ambitious projects that are put on the table, we know that it's going to be carried through beautifully, with excellence. And that's a tribute to you and to your staff and to the culture of community that you've built within this system. So I just really appreciate you as a leader and as a person, and very, very much, especially, I think, the IDEA work that I'm very passionate about. It was wonderful to see that process unfold as well within the city under your leadership. So just lots of appreciation for you. I hope we have occasion to, see you again often, and wish you the best in your next step.
Thank you.
Commissioner Zadorian?
Yes. Director Schaefer, I would, of course, like to thank you for your service to the city, but most importantly, I think we started at the same time on this commission. And so my journey has been here with you the entire time, so it's very sad to watch you go. But of course, when you've done as much work as you have done, and great work, it's understandable that you move on to bigger, better, but just don't forget us, of course, as we're all saying. But I just want to thank you because you've made the process the last few years seamless. You've done an incredible job at just building this city and library, arts, and culture. And these are a lot of accomplishments that have to do with the Arts and Culture Commission. But I know that the library has also, in 2022, been a finalist for a huge national award for, I think, library and institutions in the country. And it was amongst the top 3 with San Francisco and Oakland, I believe. And that's a massive accomplishment on its own, and that was under your leadership. And so I'm fully aware, and just from hearing from other people, how much work you've done, and it's incredible. And I cannot wait to see what else you're going to do. So please come back. And if not, I will be reaching out to you and annoying you, as always. So thank you very much for everything that you've done and all the work you've accomplished, but also just the great mentorship and guidance that you've provided us, and a lot of times checking us. When we've been either out of line or kind of started rambling or whatever it might be, or, that's not really doable. You're a very practical person, very logical, and it's been incredible to have you as our director. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Commissioner Alexandrian, do you want to say anything? You don't have to, but if you'd like
I'm
to.
literally meeting her for the
Meeting with
first
her.
time today. Do not put her on the spot.
Or Commissioner Pogosian, if anything you would like to add.
They're brand new too.
Brand new.
So.
But thank you for your service and good luck on your next step.
Adventure.
Okay, thank you. Good
Thank
luck.
you so much. And thank you guys for stepping up and joining the commission. It's greatly appreciated. So thank you.
I just wanted to say briefly, thank you so much, Director Schaefer. It's truly been the honor of a lifetime to be able to work with you on our projects in Glendale. And I remember when you hired me, and the first day you said, our goal is to make Glendale an arts and culture destination. And we have lived that mantra every day. And I feel like we've accomplished so much together. And of course, with the support of the commission, it's been such a wonderful learning opportunity, and your leadership speaks volumes. So it's been really an honor to be able to work with you on these public art initiatives. And thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you. And there are great things still to come. So there's a lot in the pipeline, and I can't wait to see it all.
Thank you. Vice Chair Tufenkian, would you like to present
You already
something?
made comment. Oh.
Well, we have something very special for you.
Oh, wow.
Should we go to the front, or should we all go? Yeah, let's all go.
Great.
Okay. I see nothing.
So this is a small token of our appreciation, and it is an art project that you set in motion, and it was actually a very, very impressive project that was in the Central Library for a while, and these are just some of the ignats that were presented there.
Maybe we can put it in. I don't know. It's fine. That's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Oh, I'm sorry, we're taking.
Yeah, we're taking another one, which is, yeah.
Yeah, I want to help her.
Have an intermission.
Is there any, I know, right? Is there a hinge or something, or is it glue?
sticky tape, but this is literally the first time it's
Best
fallen,
intentions.
so I'm like, "Look at it, it's very cool."
Okay. All
I
right.
can track it
The living
right
room.
there if you want, just to make sure it doesn't fall.
Did we have that?
The ingots?
Yeah.
Yeah, at
But
the
we kept
library? Those are the ones we kept, yeah. We could always ask for more from the artists, but yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
We were saying, oh, I wish we would have taken the masks off, but that kind of is the whole point, right?
Well, yeah, we were in the middle of the pandemic, so. Yeah, we can
It's a
both
good
kind of-
memory.
Get us all in.
We didn't get this all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
So
much.
nice. All right, now you can take care of that.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
I know. Gosh, that's so
Each representing a person in Los Angeles County who died from COVID.
Okay. Moving along, I think it's oral communications. Do we have anything?
We moved up oral
We moved
communication,
up,
so we're gonna
okay,
go to,
And discussion items.
Yes, discussion items, 2023 to 2024 work plan progress.
Well, good afternoon, Commissioners. We have a few updates for our work plan progress. We have a PowerPoint presentation that we were going to show, but the first update is mainly about our mural ordinance as we are trudging through and making sure it's happening. We met with the city attorney's office, and we're also going to be with our planning department. We're literally in the final stages of making this happen. We've also been working with Beautify Earth, which is the consultant that we've hired to organize a community input meeting, which will most likely take place in the new year, so probably January, February of 2024, and we'll make sure to keep you all apprised of when that meeting and the ordinance is finalized. What I also wanted to share is, if you can go to the next slide, we're very happy to share that the Verdugo Park South Facility building mural has been installed. So these are photos of what it looked like before the mural, and then the big reveal, ta-da, this is what it currently looks like. So this is Color Everywhere by Erin Miller Ray. She did a fantastic job. We're just gonna scroll through some photos.
Oh, that's
It's beautiful. We really want to say a big thank you to LeBass Projects, who oversaw. This is our first landmark art project, so we've installed our first one. Erin and her team did a wonderful job, and also a big thank you to our Parks Department, who helped coordinate the logistics of this installation. But we're very happy with the installation. There are just a few minor things that Erin's going to touch up to finalize the mural, but pretty much it's about 99% complete. But wanted to share that with you all. And the last update that we have is our Beyond the Box program is currently in process. We have artists that are currently painting all throughout the city. We have about 11 artists that are on their way to finishing their murals throughout the city. One of the papers that you all have, each year we assign site visits to commissioners to go and visit the artists and say thank you. So we highly encourage you to stop by and say hello and introduce yourself and thank them for their work. But I think those are all the updates that we have.
That's great, thank you. And I'm sorry, this is going on now, so we can actually go visit right away.
Correct, yeah. Artists have started it on Monday, and they should be completed by Sunday.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to agenda item 6, commission and staff comments.
Well, anybody have any additional comments?
I did have a question. Considering our oral communication by Mr. Koharian, where does that fall? Do we talk about that the next meeting? Is that a discussion item for next time, or do I need to ask for it to be one?
It's really an informational item. If the commission is interested in having more information from him, we can request it and make it an official agenda item. But what I would recommend is we have a second RFQ, request for qualifications, that LeBass Projects is going to be opening, and we would highly recommend that Mr. Kahayan consider applying for that as an opportunity.
Perfect.
And when would that open?
Ideally by the end of the year. LeBass is still working on the request for qualifications, but as soon as possible, we're hoping to finalize that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, on the same subject, it interested me because obviously it speaks to the issue of accessibility and are we getting to everybody? I think the gentleman who
Just have to, in general, we're just not supposed to discuss it at an open meeting, so apologies.
Okay. It was kind of a comment about where we might go and take a look at our calls.
Yeah, okay, in
That
general
was,
about
yeah,
calls.
I prefaced
Okay.
it with too much information, but what I was just trying to say was that the way we handle calls and maybe linguistic issues and other things, just to make sure that we're reaching out fully.
Absolutely. If I may, that's a wonderful suggestion. And one of the things that we've done specifically with our Creative Crosswalks Call for Artists most recently is we've translated it into the 5 major languages of Glendale. So it's available in English, Spanish, Armenian, Tagalog, and Korean, thank you. So and then it's also, the application is also translatable as well. So we can definitely make sure to continue to do that, especially for the big calls for artists that we have. We've seen really great progress in the sense of, for our pre-proposal meeting that's taking place in October for Creative Crosswalks, we have 60 RSVPs. So I think the translations have really done a lot of help. And of course, Loreto and Celine have done great outreach to different constituents to let them know about the opportunities. And of course, with the ACE agency, we're hoping to exemplify that and make sure the opportunities are more widely known.
I did have a second question or comment, if that's okay. A few years ago, pre-COVID, we did have meetings where we got with the community and stakeholders and just organizations, different arts people, and we had kind of like a hub where we discussed a lot of things of what we want for the city and whatnot. And it's been a few years, I think 4 years maybe. And I think it would be a really good idea if we could do that one more time. If we just got together, had a meeting, it was at the library, and just kind of get people from the community together and ask, what do you expect? What do you want to see? I can't remember the name of the consultant now, but she did a really great job at bringing people together. And we kind of broke into teams and groups and discussed different things of, if it's creative crosswalks, if it says like what new ideas, obviously that's our job as commissioners to go into the community and get that, but having that one nice event, something where we can get people together again, and also get people excited about the arts and let them know what we're doing other than at our commission meetings. If that's possible, that would be very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe in early 2020, I think Commissioner Vidor led a community input meeting where we talked about the urban art plan, and it was right before the pandemic. So we can definitely revisit that and host.
And I would say a lot of the things we are working on came out of those kind of meetings. So certainly not a bad idea to come back to the public, share what we've done as a kind of closing that feedback loop, but then reopening a new one and talking about the future. But unfortunately, there were delays like on Artsakh Avenue, and so that's caused like some of our great art pieces not to get installed. I think that project is going to kick off, I believe, in early January. So at least those pieces will be coming towards the end of that project when it's finished.
Thank you.
Any other comments or yes?
I have one more. Actually, this is a question, and I'm just posing it kind of rhetorically for now, and maybe it can be discussed, but I realize that everything goes to City Council, and I think we've had one project rejected at City Council, and I just think it would be good for us to understand. I didn't see all the proceedings. I think I saw one of them, but to understand the thinking, not that we're going to do what City Council tells us to do in terms of selecting art, but to understand their thinking and what the issues were with that piece would be an interesting thing to know.
So the piece you're referring to was Curtain by Paul Coxsedge Studios. and that I don't know that I fully understand the rejection of that piece. I'm told it had to do with the cost of the piece, but I would say Matthew Mazzato Studios' piece was an equal cost. So I don't, I can just tell you what I've heard. The other thing I would say about that is, Jennifer and I made a decision to increase the amount of money going into the LaBasse project, because initially I think Beau LaBasse was thinking $1 million total. And our feeling was we have these funds, we are doing this kind of, for us, unprecedented thing. And it was, of hiring a consultant to help us, but we were looking at putting 3 major pieces. And we thought, well, why stop at 3? Let's do 10 across the city. And I think Jennifer got copied on an email from someone she knew was it LA City or LA County?
Department of LA County. LA County Department of Arts and Culture.
And LA County said, this is really brilliant. We should do something like this, about us working with Beau LaBasse, because typically Beau would be hired by, you're doing a housing development that has art, you're doing a shopping center that's going to have art, and that's the kind of stuff he works on, though he certainly has done a lot of civic art projects, but it's typically we want to do this one piece. So I think that that was good. But I bring that all up to say the way Beau kind of laid the money across the table, I think what it did is it brought a higher caliber of artist into the mix. So by having these 2 $500,000 on average pieces, we got artists that put in for it that wouldn't have necessarily done that before. So perhaps Forma Studios actually won 2 commissions that we're still working through contract. Maybe they would have applied for the smaller ones, but they put in for the big ones too. And would they have applied had they not? We don't know. But I thought that was kind of very, there's a great word in English I'm trying to come up with, but it was brilliant on his part to kind of do that. And I think we got a higher caliber of artists. So back to City Council. I don't quite understand it. I think they saw 500,000 for that particular piece. I don't know. It was I think it was a very beautiful piece. They first asked about the safety of the piece. So we had structural engineers looking at it to make sure that the pieces wouldn't fly off in a windstorm and stab someone. And they assured us, structural engineers, that the piece was sound and solid. One of the public works engineers said, this is coming to Glendale. It's beautiful. But art and beauty are in the eye of the beholder. I think they were struggling with that. So the street got delayed, the work, but it is now proceeding. We will not be putting a 3rd piece on the street. We are redeploying those dollars to do great other art projects in other places. I think 2 pieces is enough, plus we've added the creative crosswalks. So now we will have creative crosswalks on every intersection along the block. So I think that we, in essence, will have 3 kind of pieces, 3 works of art on the street, and that is how we're progressing. And I think what it does allow us to do is put more money into the tunnel under 134, which is going to take more money than we would have had left over in the projects, and that's going to allow that to be put up to a level, very impressive level. And we're talking about something that's bringing beauty to the darkest corner of Glendale, not truly a corner, more a tube, but that tunnel is traversed often. It is a very scary tunnel in the daytime, and people use it. And so I'm super excited to see a really, skilled LED light artist to bring new life to that tunnel and really put us on the art map in Southern California. So, that I think is the silver lining of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or? No. All right.
Okay.
In that case, I think we can adjourn with a big thank you, applause for Dr. Schaefer.
Thank you. We are adjourned.
We are adjourned.